Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. I am in Kona, Hawaii today. This is my first trip to Hawaii. My wife got this on her schedule as a flight attendant, so I was able to come stay with her. As you can see right here, this is part of the Outrigger Kona resort that we're staying in. And so because this was such a short trip, I actually flew into San Francisco yesterday, spent about 8 hours in the San Francisco airport, and then we flew here. We arrived about 9 o'clock last night, and then we'll be flying out tonight about 11 p.m. So we had about 26 hours here total by the time it's all said and done. And so because it was going to be such a short trip, I wanted to kind of redo how I packed. So I actually used my smallest rolling suitcase. If you'll recall, I did a video a few times ago about the packing cubes, and those fit into my second smallest, kind of the standard carry-on size. I brought the smallest one and I just rolled everything really tight and kind of put it in there. And so I used that and kind of drug that, but then I decided to bring my Outdoor Products Wayfarer backpack. I've been traveling with my SOG backpack and then with my wife's blue backpack that had some pockets on it, and I just felt like I wanted to do something a little different and kind of experiment a little bit on this trip with trying to pack tight. I tend to pack more stuff than I need. I tend to have, too many extra clothes and things like that. So I tried to keep it just above where I thought it would be instead of overstacking like I usually do. But the reason I wanted to bring this backpack, this bottom section right here that zips out, I think it's on this side right here, I put my clothes in here. So I had a couple extra shirts. I had my long sleeve pullover fishing shirt in case it got cold that was in there. So that wasn't in these main pockets. So that worked out really well to have that in there. And then in my main pocket, this was where I kept my journal, I kept sunglasses, books I'm reading, my bullet journal. And so all that stuff, I had plenty of room in there. So that was nice because I wasn't sharing it with clothes or anything. So as I'm pulling stuff in and out on the plane, it was really easy to just pull out my Surface Go and turn on Netflix after I needed to give my eyes a break from reading or after I had taken a nap. And then I've got the next pocket in there. I had all my pens. I've got my protein bars, things like that. I've got the car keys so I can get out of the airport when we get back. My different pens and highlighters for my bullet journal. So again, plenty of space in there. And then the thing I liked about this is it had this pocket right here that I kept different chargers in. I kept my wireless headphones that I use, One Wipe Charlie's, things like that. So that was a nice deep pocket to put stuff in. This was a great backpack to take. It also has my Sasquatch. So Sasquatch has recently been to Boise, Salt Lake City, and now Kona. But this backpack traveled really well. And then on my sides here, I've got this pocket where I had my microphone cord for doing my videos. And I had something else in there. Oh, my first aid kit. And then in here I had all my odds and ends. It was things like eye drops, my Phoenix flashlight, extra battery, duct tape, some paracord. So this thing was lighter than I have been traveling on the last several trips. It traveled very well. So I think I am most likely going to make this my travel backpack. So another thing I did is I didn't really want to carry that backpack. I really like it, but I didn't want to take it to the beach or, kind of out today. I didn't, want the full contact with my lower back, sweating. I didn't necessarily want that. It's still in good condition and clean. I didn't want that sitting in the sand and that kind of thing. So I took and used for the first time this YouTube drawstring bag. Now, I am not one for these. I see a lot of the high school kids when I've gone to my son's basketball games, things like that, walking around with these. I get they've got, you know, a limited purpose, but to me, you know, those strings cutting in, you can't put a lot of weight in there. Sometimes it looks like they're not very strong. But this was one that I won at Al's Sporting Goods when I was in Boise 3 or 4 weeks ago. And so I thought, you know, this one folded up really well, didn't take up hardly any room in my small suitcase. So I was going to bring my dry bag. I've got that Pen Blue Digital Camel dry bag. I was going to bring that, and it was taking up too much space. So I brought this. We took this, we went out on the trolley, and then we were at the White Sands Beach for a little bit. And then we ended up walking about a mile and then wandering around for another mile this afternoon. So this worked out really well. We were able to throw just a couple items of clothing in there. The thing I liked about this one as well is it had this extra zipper that was, you know, the soft panel in there. So we put my wife's wallet in there. We put our sunglasses when we went swimming, things like that. And then this one is a deep, it goes about that deep. And this one is an insulated pocket. So we put the water bottles in there. We stopped and got a Powerade, put that in there. So that was nice. So carrying this for 2 miles walking around, it was very comfortable. I think part of that too is that these straps are fairly thick. So they didn't feel like they were cutting into me at all. And it had a good clip, so it kind of kept the load from moving around. So I don't know that I would have gone out and bought one of these because, again, I don't really like them. And the ones I've seen with the school kids, I don't think they'd hold up for what I need them to do. I need something that is durable. Also had, you know, these clips on here. So I was able to just take the sunscreen and clip it on there. Now I'm not gonna be able to do it because I can't see. But I just clipped it on down low. And so that was nice to just have that as, you know, accessible, even though we used the spray that my wife had. So both of these backpacks worked out very well for me. Different purposes, you know, just like a Leatherman that might be a small multi-tool and a big set of like channel locks or, you know, a pipe wrench. They serve a different purpose, but this was a great travel through the airport, hours at the airport with this. This was a great take it out, go to the water, you know, have it just kind of going around, just adventuring around on a small little excursion type thing. So as you can see, this one was Under Armour, and it's made very well. And then, of course, my Outdoor Products Wayfarer. So, you know, we kind of did this balance here in Kona. My wife has been to Maui several months ago, and then Honolulu, and then this was her first time to Kona. This is my first time to any of the islands. And so it was nice to kind of strike a balance between going out and doing things, seeing things. We were limited because, like, the Black Sand Beach is an hour and a half away. So we didn't really have the time to do that, but we've just kind of taken it easy. And we went and saw some cool stuff. We swam in the ocean. So that was nice to do, a lot of those things. But then you know, it always makes me feel really good when I pack the proper gear. I make the proper calculations ahead of time of, I think I'll use this pack for this. I think I'll use this pack for this. And I kind of cutting everything down. I used almost every article of clothing that I brought. There's not really anything that I forgot to bring, so I packed really well on this trip. And so it's been a great trip. I would love to hear how you pack. Are you kind of the one shoulder bag, one backpack for everything? How are you doing that? Because I am actually, when I get back, to Southern Oregon, I need to kind of revamp how I've got my bags packed for going to work, for going into town and things like that. So I'd love to hear feedback on how you guys do your pack outs for stuff that you carry with you or your everyday carry build outs. As always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.